The sandy banks and rocky gorges of the Zambezi River hold many wonders in their fragile grasp, but none so splendidly unique as where this powerful river spreads to a width of over a kilometre. Here the Africa River god, Nyami Nyami, in these cool, sluggish waters, has time to contemplate Eden. An Eden of forests and floodplains, sandy islands, shelters, and electrifying starlit nights. An unparalleled abundance of iconic African creatures living out their lives between the comings and goings of the great African sun. A World Heritage Site, this is Mana Pools. Nestling in a secluded corner of this magical phenomenon is Chikwenya Safari Lodge. On arrival at Chikwenya's well-maintained bush airstrip, you will be met and transferred to the lodge by our resident fishing or safari guides. Here, spread among the ancient albida and kygelia trees, overlooking and lining the river, Chikwenya Safari Lodge's lavishly appointed wilderness ambience offers you a luxurious connection with the wonders of the Zambezi Valley. Securely linked by elevated walkways, our chalets and suites are a perfect blend of earthy textures, crisp cotton linens, and exquisite fittings. Each is air-conditioned, carpeted, and finished with something a little different from the rest. Try our intimate outdoor shower for an alternative escape into Africa. Above all, our rooms give you an elegantly comfortable vista of the Zambezi floodplain in front of you, where animals, both big and small, continue undisturbed by your indulgent presence. Early morning game drives and walks are ideal ways to encounter the spirit of Mana Pools and Chikwenya. There is a wealth of historical as well as botanical and zoological significance in this section of the Zambezi River, waiting to be unveiled by our qualified guides. Typically, These interesting outings end back at camp as the day starts to warm up. Just in time to plunge into our infinity pools and contemplate your morning's adventures with homegrown Chikwenya cocktails, whilst overlooking the sluggish, listless and endless passage of your host, the Zambezi. Water is life, and life plays out in all her majesty on the banks of the Zambezi. A trip to Chikwenya would not be complete without a river cruise on one of our custom-built pontoons. Designed for comfort and stability, they are an ideal platform to visit the various tributaries and islands of the river. Cool breezes waft tantalizing scents of refreshment and succulent vegetation over the floodplains, drawing all manner of birds and animals to feed, drink and frolic in unadulterated abandon right in front of you. For those seeking a more active river encounter, the tigerfish is your challenge. Renowned for its predatory aggression and street fighter tactics, this slender king of freshwater fish will test the wits of the finest anglers and reward the patient with an experience of a lifetime.
is 12 pounds.
Yes! There it is, big one.
Who's got it? Me.
Welcome ladies and gents to Chikwenya Safari Lodge. Today on the menu we've got whole baked Zimbabwe bream with a fresh green salad and home baked bread rolls. So what we're going to start with first, I'll go through the ingredients. We've got some coarsely ground salt, some freshly ground black pepper, some olive oil, some hot English mustard, some fresh marjoram, some toasted mustard seeds, some melted butter, some slices of tomato and half lemon, lemon wedges and parsley. Right, just to get started, what we do is just remove the tail from the bream. Right, then we're going to score the bream just so all the flavors get into the meat. We've got our piece of tin foil which we've doubled just to give it a bit of extra strength because we're going to be putting it on the open fire. Okay, so we're going to start with some onion rings. Okay, some salt, some pepper, a little bit of marjoram. Right, and into the bream you want to put your hot English mustard, and a little bit of olive oil. This helps the skin get crispy. Right, we're going to put that side down and then do the same process on the other side. So we're just going to put some onion rings on, some tomato slices, some lemon. Okay, we're going to use our lemon wedges just to get a bit of extra juice in here. Again, you're just using your tin foil as a pan, this sort of homemade pan. It's going to hold all your juices in. Right. I'll put the parsley on top. And last but not least, put our melted butter. Ready to wrap them. What you want to do when you wrap them, just make sure that you bring up all the sides of your tin foil so none of the juice leaks out while it's cooking or while you're moving it around. Just like that. Fold it over, make sure you get it as tight as possible. You want it to cook in its own steam, so you don't want any of it to escape. Right, so we have one bream ready for the fire. The bream takes about 25 to 35 minutes on a low heat, just over the coals, no direct flame. Right, there we go.
And it just cooks in its own juices.
It cooks all in its own juice. Like I said when we were doing it, if you keep the edges of your tin foil up, it keeps all the juice in and just steams in its own juice. It's the most nutritious you can get.
Thank you very much, Ian.
There we go. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
Absolutely delicious.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
Lovely.
Cheers.
Really good. Thank you. Cheers to you.
Ian Hine is Chikwenya Safari Lodge's resident cordon bleu chef. He produces mouth-watering treats for evening drinks, pastries, and three-course feasts fit for a king. Whether that king would like his meals on the deck of the honeymoon suite, with friends under the stars, or surrounded by approaching night out in the wilderness.